Okay, so now we have arrived at Portsmouth Harbour. The Hastings 1001 unit has now gone to Fratton Depot until around about 6:30 before we commence our way back. So, as we said, there's going to be a part 2, and this is that. So, welcome again to Down the Line. So, while we are here, a little bit about Portsmouth Harbour. It'd be rude not to tell you, really. So it was opened in 1876 and is currently managed by South Western Railway. However, the service-wise here, it is not only South Western Railway, it has the inclusions of Southern and Great Western Railway. So as well as the Railtour that brought us here, you can go to places like Southampton, Brighton, Cardiff, Horsham, many places, even back up to London Waterloo. So again, there's a variation here. It's a lot younger than the other station, which is Portsmouth and Southsea. There are 2 in Portsmouth. And yeah, to be fair, it's a weird looking station. Like there's certain gaps beneath the flooring, and when you look down, all you can see is muddy, sort of old seawater where the tide's gone out, and it's quite weird to think that you're that high up above the sea. But when you exit the station, there is a great view of the sea itself. So I guess it all works in due course.
The station has 5 platforms, however only 4 of them are in use. Platform 2 was decommissioned in the early 90s following major repair and refurbishment work to the pier that the platform sits on. Portsmouth Harbour also has a bus interchange and a ferry service to places like Gosport and the Isle of Wight.
So just before we leave Portsmouth Harbour, a quick itinerary of what we've got planned. So many did actually go to the Isle of Wight via the ferry, which you can do once you alight here. However, with it being fully booked, we didn't get the chance. However, we're making our own fun. So we're going to head across to Portsmouth and Southsea Station and film a separate episode there. Have a spot of lunch in the Isambard Kingdom Brunel Wetherspoons, which seems highly appropriate, being railway enthusiasts as we are. And also on the way back, take a look at Gunwharf Quays and the Spinnaker Tower, as long as the sea coastline with a couple of historical ships here. So there's much to see, and you're going to see that also coming right up. So stay with me for now.
As you head out of the station entrance, you are met with HMS Warrior, a 40-gun armoured frigate built for the Navy in 1859 to 1861, along with many other famous naval ships in Portsmouth's historic dockyard. We also had time to visit the second station here, named Portsmouth and Southsea, which funnily enough isn't in Southsea. But just around the corner, we had lunch in the beautifully named Isambard Kingdom Brunel, who was born in Portsmouth in 1806. With stomachs full, we ventured across to Gunwharf Quays shopping outlet, which is on the site of what was HM Gunwharf. And being up close to the 170-metre tall Spinnaker Tower, completed in 2005, you can actually abseil down this. An impressive structure, but then it was back to the station.
Right, so after a very long but very enjoyable day, we are now back at Portsmouth Harbour Station, awaiting the charter service to come back into the platform to take us home. But as I've said, very, very enjoyable, and I think you agree with, don't you, Graham?
Absolutely, it's fantastic. I've had a really, really enjoyable day. It's nice being back in Portsmouth after we've got as many 35 years or whatever it is since I was last here. So
yeah, and it's only been a couple of years for me, so it is always good to come back to places like this. But nonetheless, we'll wait for the train to come back. So you'll probably next hear from us at some point when we get into Waterloo, and then back at the platforms at Kensington Olympia to sign off. So we'll see you then.
With the Hastings unit back at platform 1, it would have been rude to not grab a picture next to this beautifully restored DEMU. And on the way back, we came back through Eastleigh, Basingstoke and back up through Clapham Junction. Before long, night came, and with a picturesque view of the River Thames, our tour sadly came to an end as we arrived back where we started, platform 2 at Kensington Olympia.
Right then, so that's the end of the day for us, and we are now back at Kensington Olympia, and bang on time at that. What a day it has been, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I have to admit, a lot more than the other one, equally just as good, but this one just edged it for me. How about you, mate?
yeah, I'd say the same. Just edged it for me from the last one we did back in July. I think the Vectis was the best one I think we've done so far. So out of the two, I'd say it definitely is. And we've had a wonderful day, and back here at Kensington Olympia, sadly we've got to go home.
Yes, on a sad note, we are going home, but nonetheless, full of memories. But that's not the end of it all, as there are plenty more episodes coming out after this. So me and Graham will see you next time down the line.